Okay, so let's talk about AI in 2026. It feels like it's moving at light speed, doesn't it? But what does that actually mean for you and me? We're going to break down the promise, the peril, and what's really going on with artificial intelligence right now.
It really all boils down to this one central question, the one everyone seems to be asking. Is AI a world-changing breakthrough, a genuine threat to our way of life, or is it just a massive, overhyped bubble that's about to pop?
Well, here's the thing. The answer isn't simple. The reality is, it's all three at the same time. Yep, it's a breakthrough, it's a threat, and it's a bubble. It's messy, it's complicated, so let's try and untangle this.
All right, so first things first. To really get a grip on today's AI, we need to agree on what cutting edge even means anymore. You know? What separates a real technological revolution from just another new, shiny gadget?
So, what really makes something cutting edge? Well, first, it's got to be a totally new way of solving a problem, not just a slightly better version of what we already have. Second, it has to be built on real, solid science, not just marketing hype. Third, yeah, it might be a little buggy, a little rough around the edges, that's normal. But, and this is crucial, it has to actually work in the real world. And finally, you get that spark, that feeling that this could truly change, well, maybe everything.
Okay, so now that we have that framework, let's use it. Let's look at the headlines AI is making right now, because this is where you really start to see the two sides of the coin, the incredible promise, and yeah, the very real peril.
On the one hand, you get the good stuff, the really good stuff. I mean, look at a headline like this. Using AI to speed up the discovery of cancer drugs? That's not just a minor improvement, that's a potential game changer for medicine. It absolutely ticks our cutting-edge boxes.
But then, you see this. 16,000 jobs cut at Amazon, directly linked to AI integration. This isn't some far-off prediction in a sci-fi movie. This is happening right now. It shows how one company's leap in efficiency can cause a massive, immediate disruption for thousands and thousands of people. And then, it gets even more direct. We have to talk about the misinformation. You have these completely fake, AI-generated images that can spread across the globe in minutes, causing real chaos and confusion. This is the dark side of this technology, plain and simple. The power to create a lie that looks and feels just like the truth.
And if you think those headlines are something, just look at the scale of this disruption. 200,000. That's the potential number of jobs at risk from AI, and that's in the European banking sector alone. It really puts things into perspective. The headlines we're seeing today, they're just the beginning.
So this is the tug of war we're living in. On one side, AI is helping us tackle some of humanity's biggest challenges in medicine, in science, you name it. But on the other side, it's displacing jobs and handing bad actors incredibly powerful tools to deceive people. The hardest part is that both of these things are 100% true, happening at the exact same time.
So the big question is, how did we get here? How did AI get so powerful and so complicated all of a sudden? For all this to be happening, something fundamental had to change under the hood. So let's go take a look at the new playbook for AI.
The secret sauce, the big breakthrough, is something called liquid foundation models. And honestly, that name is perfect. Think about it. Older AI was like a block of ice, rigid, fixed in its structure. These new models, they're like water. They can dynamically change their shape, their internal pathways, to perfectly fit whatever problem you pour them into. Let me break that down. A static, old-school AI is like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. It uses its maximum power for every single task, which wastes a ton of energy. But a liquid model, it's smart. It can tell the difference between a simple job, like writing an email, and a really complex one, like composing a symphony. And it uses just the right amount of brain power for each one. This makes them radically more efficient. And get this, it's not just about adapting to the task. It's about adapting over time. It's a process called continuous learning. These systems can literally absorb new information as it comes in without needing to go back to school for a massive retraining session. They're always learning, always evolving. They never get stale. Okay, so this liquid AI sounds amazing, right? Super powerful, super adaptable. But it creates a huge new problem. If your AI is constantly changing, how on earth do you manage it? How do you control something so complex at a massive industrial scale? This is where the real challenge begins.
And the answer has a name, MLOps. It stands for Machine Learning Operations, and the best way to think about it is like air traffic control for AI. You've got all these incredibly powerful, fast-moving AI models flying around,
MLOps is the whole system of rules, safety checks, and monitoring that makes sure they don't crash into each other or into us.
And because AI is now liquid, the job of ML ops has exploded. It's not just about deploying a model and calling it a day anymore. Now, it's about constant governance, continuous safety checks, monitoring costs, and always scanning for things like bias or AI hallucinations. It's the critical safety layer for a technology that never, ever sits still.
And this quote just nails it. Anyone can cook up a cool AI demo. That's the easy part now. The hard part, the real bottleneck, is proving that your AI is safe, reliable, and compliant enough to be used in the real world. And that's exactly why MLOps has become absolutely essential.
Okay, let's pull all these pieces together. We have this powerful liquid AI. We have the MLOps framework to try and manage it. So what does this all mean for our future? How do we navigate what's coming next?
You know, we always hear this story about humans versus AI, but check out this study from Mellon and Stanford. It suggests that's completely the wrong way to look at it. AI alone, on a complex task, it succeeds about 40% of the time. Humans alone, a bit better, maybe 60%. But look what happens when you team them up. A hybrid human-AI team, the success rate skyrockets to almost 90%. It's not about replacement, it's about partnership.
And that brings us right back to where we started. Remember the breakthrough, the threat, and the bubble? Our future with AI is all about navigating these tensions. We have the push for innovation with liquid models versus the pull of reality and the risk of misuse. We have the hype of full automation versus the proof that collaboration is just better. And we have the drive for efficiency, which has to be balanced by the absolute need for safety and governance.
Which leaves us with this one last thought. As this technology becomes more and more powerful and fluid, more liquid, the biggest challenge for all of us is no longer just about inventing smarter AI. It's about building the channels, the societal, ethical, and technical guardrails to steer the flow and to make sure this powerful current moves in a direction that actually benefits everyone.